Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the East Kentucky Expo Center, downtown Pikeville. We're here this evening for the UPIKE and Simmons college game as we're about ready to get the starting lineups for today's game. UPIKE was on the hardwood last night as they took on Great Lakes Christian, excuse me, and come away with a big win last night. Be the last game of the holiday tournament here, and we're getting ready to get the starting lineups.
Today's starting lineups. First, representing the guests on the scoreboard, the Falcons of
Simmons Falcons.
Starting at forward, a 6-foot junior, number 5, Corey Mosley.
Are you picking him?
At center, a 6'8" junior, number 14, Jeremy Stedman. At guard, a 5'11" sophomore, number 20, Jonathan Henry. At guard, a 6-foot freshman, number 22, Brevin Robinson. And at forward, a 6'2" junior, number 23, James White. The Falcons. Simmons College is led by head coach Jerry Eads.
Yeah, just give me like a shot of like
And we're waiting for the starting lineups of UPIKE.
And now, your University of Pikeville Bears. At guard, a 5'10" junior from Kermit, West Virginia, Chase, but you can't catch, Barnsley. At guard, a 6'5" senior from Brooklyn, New York, number 4, Jadian Dela Cruz. At forward, a 6'6" junior from Gilmore, Texas, number 15, Xavier Goana. At guard, a 6'4" senior from Richmond, California, number 24, Javante Carlton. And at center, a 6'8" junior from Ripley, West Virginia, number 33, Luke Leyu. The Bears. UPIKE is led by head coach Kelly Wells.
And that's our starting lineups for today's game. UPIKE comes into today's game ranked number 16 in the nation. Their record of 12-2, and Simmons Falcons coming in with a 1-10 record, been a rough season for them so far. Both teams breaks the huddles, comes out to center court. We're about ready to get started as the official approaches the jump circle.
Only that in court, it is game time.
And here's toss in the air, and it is controlled by the Falcons of Simmons, and now we've got a whistle. Going to jump it again, he says. Nope. Must have been over and back. So UPIKE will bring it in side out at midcourt. Chase Parsley with it. Looks like Simmons opened up in a 2-3 zone. And here's a 3 out of the corner, no good by Carlton. Rebound, Chase Parsley. Down the line, kicks it back to Carlton. Tried to drive the baseline, he was cut off. Dela Cruz, and he'll line up a 3 and knock it down. Javian Dela Cruz gets them started here with a 3-pointer, and it's 3-0 UPIKE. This is Henry with it. Down in the corner it goes to White. Mosley with it. Stedman, shot no good. Rebound comes off to Henry. And they've got it out mid-court now. That's Jonathan Henry with it. He'll give it over to White. Top of the circle, 3 in the air, no good. Rebound again comes off to Simmons. Simmons working it around on the outside. Goes down, looking to try to get it inside. Can't get it. Here's another three, top the circle. No good. That's Robinson with it. Rebound comes off to De La Cruz. Parsley brings it into the front court for the Bears. Carlton. He's double teamed. Guana with it. Bears being very patient with it as Guana comes open on the baseline. A 15-footer, no good. And rebound comes off to Stedman. He gets it over to Jonathan Henry into the front court to the bucket. And shot swatted out there by Lehue. De La Cruz has it. Takes it down the lane. Finger roll. Comes out. Mosley with it. Into the front court it goes. There's Henry. And inside wide open. Up and in. Number 14, Jeremy Stedman with it. So Simmons gets on the board now. It's 3-2. 2.5 minutes into this first half. Guana with it. And they go inside to Luke Lehue, and he's being held. And that foul will go on Henry. His first, team's first. Bears will have it under their own bucket. Chase Parsley steps out, brings it in to De La Cruz. Back to Parsley. Three up. No good. Goes long, and battle for the rebound comes off to Henry. And Lehue intercepts the bounce pass. De La Cruz into the front court. Now he'll hold it up. Guana drives to the lane and loses it, knocks it out of bounds. Turnover. Bears trying to force it inside, and right now Simmons has got some quick hands and been able to deflect some passes, get a couple turnovers. Jonathan Henry brings it into the front court, gives it over to White. That's James White. And nearly walked. No call. Robinson has it. Tries to go inside. Guana with the steal. And he'll give it up to Carlton. Takes it in, and there's De La Cruz with the one-hand jam. Nice pass that time by Javante Carlton. And they're going to call a foul in the backcourt. That's going to go on De La Cruz. His first. Team's first. Simmons has it. Henry with it. And down on the baseline, the shot up, or a pass out. Three in the air, no good. That was by Mosley, and rebound comes off to UPIKE. Guana comes on the side, Parsley. Goes down into the baseline, De La Cruz. He's backing his player in. Step back shot, no good. Luke Lehue battling for the rebound. Goes out to Carlton. Parsley with it. Guana, three, no good. And rebound comes off to Stedman. He'll give it up. That's Henry with it. On the move, goes inside. Reverse layup, up and good. Brevin Robinson. And it's 5-4 Bears. 15:30 left here in this first half. Just getting started. Tight 2-3 zone the Falcons are playing right now. Lehue puts it on the floor, down the lane, kicks it over De La Cruz, three out of the corner, count it. De La Cruz now with all 8 points for UPIKE. It's 8-4. Simmons with it into the front court. That is Henry with it. Now it goes down the side to White. Back on top it comes. That's Stedman. Lehue on him. Here's Henry. A shot off the base, off the free throw line extended, no good. To give it over to De La Cruz. Quickly into the front court. Parsley. And White hedges out on him. Parsley goes 15-foot jumper up, no good. Rebound comes off. That's Henry with it. Into the front court we come. Gets it over to White. White stops, pops, top of the circle, three. Beautiful touch that time by James White. used all of it, and it falls through. 8-7. UPIKE with the lead. Several players at the scores table ready to check in. Both teams have substitutions to check in. Here's Guana with it. Carlton, spin move, loses it. Robinson, 1-on-2, takes it to the bucket, off the glass, no good. Guana with it. And quickly comes up court and deflected, but Carlton couldn't get his hand back quick enough, and it's going to be a turnover Bears. And looks like we've got Jordan Perry in, number 1 Chaz Parker, and number 23 will be Stanley Perrin. Number 3 Xavier Jackson in for Simmons, as well as number 4 James Mosley. Got a Corey Mosley and a James Mosley, so we'll have to designate which one's which. This is Jackson with it, and shot up, rims out, no good. That's Corey Mosley with it. The Bears into the front court, Carlton. Chaz Parker with it, over to Perry. Good to see Jordan Perry back out on the court. Had some problems with a hip, and just now getting back to where he can suit up, get out on the hardwood. Here's Carlton, just to drive, back to Guana. Perrin working hard down inside, can't get it to him, and Jordan Perry's 3 comes off no good. Rebound Simmons. Quickly into front court, Xavier Jackson with it. He'll give it over to White. It's James White. And Jackson looked for a 3, didn't take it. Gets it over to Stedman. Stedman follow away, no good. Guana with the rebound. Into the front court we come. Here's Perry, and he's taking it down. Baseline cut off. Over in the corner, Carlton knocks a 3 down. That makes it 11-7. Bears. 12:25 left here in the first half. Xavier Jackson gets it over to James White. White's got Guana on him. He's looking to make a move on him. Can't get loose. James Mosley with it. He drives around right side. Perry had him cut off, but a nice turnaround jump shot just inside the three-point line goes down, and it's 11-10. Bears can't shake Simmons right now. Guana with it. Free throw line, gives it over to Perry. They go inside to Perrin. Stanley Perrin, and he walks. Yes, drug his pivot foot. And we've got a timeout. 11:47 left here in the first half. It's 11-10 UPIKE. We'll send the station. Be right back. This WPRG TV Sports. And we're back here at the Expo Center. 11:47 left here in the first half. 11-10 UPIKE with the lead, but Simmons will have the ball coming the length of the floor. Quick on quick out there. You got Xavier Jackson and Chaz Parker, 2 very quick players. And here's Simmons down the lane. Jackson down the lane, no good, but foul on the rebound putback. That was number 32 in the game. That's Marcus Tolley.
Carlton is his first.
Carlton with the foul.
Number 32, Tolley. That's a lie. Shooting.
Tolley will have 2. If he makes both of these, he can give his team the lead for the first time today. And the first one's up, no good.
Checking in for the Falcons, number 20.
And looks like Jonathan Henry back into the lineup for the Falcons as he replaces Corey Mosley. Tolley will have 1 more. And that shot is up and no good. Rebound Simmons, and it's put up and in. Number 24, Michael Howell. UPIKE into the front court. Chaz Parker with it. Dela Cruz. Parker down on the right corner, and he'll fire up one just inside the three-point line, and it's up and good. And UPIKE retakes the lead, 13-12. Falcons working it in the front court. Down in the corner it goes. That's Henry with it. Back out on top it comes to Xavier Jackson. And on the drive, we're going to call a foul as number 24, Michael Howell, driving it to the bucket. And he's going to be fouled. It'll be no shots.
Parker, his first, team third.
Team's third. Parker's first.
Parsley, number 15, Guana.
Parsley and Guana back onto the court for the Bears. And the Falcons brings it in. That's working it around down into the corner. Number 4, that's Mosley with it. Inside it'll go. And nice interior pass and up and in. Michael Howell. And the Falcons retake the lead 14-13.
They've been giving UPIKE a little bit of trouble here early, haven't they?
Yeah, they have. Come in 1-10 on the season and staying with the Bears right now. Here's Guana outside the three-point line, no good. And the rebound comes off. That's Howell with it. Into the front court comes Xavier Jackson. He'll give it over to Howell. Howell's standing at the jump circle looking for some help. Now he goes down the side, Jonathan Henry. Out on top it comes Xavier Jackson. He's looking for a shot. Goes up outside the three-point arc, up and good. And 17-13, 4-point lead, largest of the day for Simmons Falcons.
Jordan Perry had a hand in his face. He just went above him and shot it.
And here working on the baseline, that's Dela Cruz. Kicks it out to Parsley. Stanley Perrin just inside the three-point line, no good. Rebound comes off James Mosley. Gives it over to Jackson. Jackson fakes the shot down the lane. The runner up, no good. Battle for the rebound. Dela Cruz comes out with it. It's 2-on-2. Cruz throws it in the corner to Parsley. And Parsley will come back out on top to Perry. Dela Cruz, 3. No good, too long, and Guana fighting for the rebound. He's going to be fouled.
Well, that was a close call right there. I probably would let that one go.
Yeah, that's, both players going for a loose ball. You'll see that not called more than you will.
And I'm not sure that the UPIKE player had the position. I thought the other guy might have been on the inside position, but you never know.
Right.
But I'm not standing there looking at it.
That's exactly right. And here is Dela Cruz, no good. Rebound back up and one as Darrell Dominic into the game, comes off with the offensive rebound, and he'll get a chance to complete a three-point play, pull his team to within one. 17-15, Simmons with the lead. 9:05 left here in the first half. And Dominic gets the free throw, so he completes the three-point play and hits 17-16, back to a one-point game. Into the front court, that is Glenn Queen into the lineup now. Here's a drive on the baseline, kicks out, shot up, Mosley, no good. Dela Cruz clears the boards. Brings it into the front court himself. Now he'll slow up, kicks it inside to Dominic, and blocked. Marcus Tolley with the block. And they're on the run, and down the lane, shot up, no good. Knocked out of bounds, off of Simmons. It'll go to UPIKE.
That was good defense by Dela Cruz. He went straight up, held both hands up, didn't bring them down or anything. And, even though there's a little bit of contact, officials let it go.
Well, if you got your hands straight up and you keep your verticality, most of the time you're not going to get that call. So UPIKE will have a chance to retake the lead, 17-16. Low-scoring first half right now. We've got 8:25 left. Here's Dominic inside, and we'll call a foul. I thought they might have get him for the walk.
I think they're getting him on the floor on the foul, though, yeah.
That's going to be Marcus Tolley, a freshman, 6'7", from Louisville, Kentucky. Parsley will bring it in on the baseline under his own bucket. Kicks it out on top to Chaz Parker, gives it over to Dela Cruz. Parsley takes it back. Dela Cruz looks down the lane, pops, and good. And he was looking for a foul himself. Didn't get it, but UPIKE retakes the lead, 18-17.
Just got to play on through stuff like that, though.
Right. Dela Cruz with 10 points now. He's got 10 of the 18, excuse me. Into the front court comes. That's Jonathan Henry with it. And on the drive, Howell. Left-handed shot up, no good. tipped up and in. Tolley has come in off the bench and give him a big lift now.
6'7" freshman out of Louisville.
Here's Guana with it. Gives it over to Parker. Parker breaks free down the lane, gives it back out to De La Cruz. He tries to split a double team, draws the foul. And that will be
Glenn Queen,
freshman from Louisville, Kentucky. Looking down the roster, as a matter of fact, all their players are from Kentucky except for two. You got Stedman from Woodbridge, Virginia, and Chicago, Illinois is the home place for Michael Howell. That's 5 team fouls, no shots. De La Cruz in the corner, back out on top of Chaz Parker at the free throw line. De La Cruz with it, working, and step back, free throw line jumper up and good.
Beautiful dribble to clear that space out, and a little step back and wide open.
Yes, I think Henry might have had to pull some laundry up off the floor on that one. And UPIKE retakes the lead 20-19. Howell with it, and he throws it away. Parsley has it. Into the front court, surveying the floor. Now gives it over to Parker, back to Parsley. Fakes the three, puts it on the floor, turn around, smack back at him. Tolley again.
Tolley's been a defensive presence in there.
He has. He's only got 2 points, but he's got a couple blocks, some rebounds. Drew a foul.
Stanley Perrin checking back in for the Bears.
And they get it into De La Cruz. Goes inside, and there's Lehue.
There you go.
Got free on the baseline and throws it down with both hands. 22-19. Got a big tall lineup in there right now, Charlie. Got Perrin, De La Cruz, and Lehue all in at the same time. And here's a drive. Ball knocked loose. It's picked up. That's Henry with it. Gets it back out on top. James White. White is listed as a center, and he throws up a three-pointer, top of the circle, knocks it down, and we're tied at 22. Stanley Perrin backed off of him, didn't expect him to drive to the bucket, and he just knocks a three-pointer down. Here's Chaz Parker, and he's going to be fouled.
Foul will be on James Mosley. That'll send Jazz Parker to the free throw line.
Got Corey Mosley back in the lineup, and also number 14, Stedman. Stedman comes in for Tolley. Tolley give him a big lift off the bench.
Always amazes me sometimes when coaches got players that are making differences.
That bucket by James White, Charlie, look at the scoreboard. They've changed it to a two-point bucket. He must have been on the line. They've given hits 22-21 instead of tied up. And here's Perrin, left-handed shot up, no good. He knocks it. Ooh. Get ready to say he knocked it out of bounds.
He did. The official missed it. That's
Well, most of the time when you got two players in front of you and you go up behind and knock it off, they ain't expecting you to get up high enough to get over those two players. And we got a media timeout, 22-21, 5:54 left first half. It's WPRG TV Sports. And we're back at the Expo Center, 5:54 left first half, 22-21. It's been a close game as Simmons come in with a 1-10 record and staying right with UPIKE right now. Matter of fact, they've had a 4-point lead a couple minutes ago, and the Bears was able to overcome that. They'll have it, bring it in under their own bucket. Chaz Parker with it. And De La Cruz he tripped over his own foot or turned the ankle or something. I'm not sure exactly what happened. He fell, but Parker rescued the basketball. And De La Cruz trying to walk it off now. Looks like he must just step and turned his ankle. Nobody around close to him, and he just goes to the floor.
Yeah, he's holding his hand up to Kelly Wells. Don't say I'm good. Don't leave me in.
Well, he'd have a broke leg, and he'd tell that. He's not moving very well there on the baseline. I was watching him move around. Tell he's got a little bit of hitch in his get along. He's a good stand-up shooter too, though.
Yeah.
He can stand now. He's testing it. Parsley. Three, rims out, no good. Rebound comes off Stedman.
He thought it was good, too.
He did. James White. And here it comes back to Jackson, and he turned it over. Was wanting to pass it, and then somebody stepped into the passing lane, so he tried to corral it. end up turning it over.
Yep.
22-21, UPIKE with the lead. 5 minutes left here in the first half. They have it in the front court. Parker. And there's going to be a foul called on James White as Perrin was breaking on the baseline coming to the bucket. That's going to be 17 fouls, so it'll be the 1-1. Well, he's saying team sixth, but it says 7 on the scoreboard, and evidently the official says it's 7.
And Vernon, look at his face. I missed it.
Oh, okay. As Perrin knocks the first free throw down, as
Makes
well
it
as the second.
Checking in for UPIKE, number 24, Carlton.
Carlton coming back into the lineup for UPIKE as De La Cruz will get a rest. 24-21, low scoring half. UPIKE with a 3-point lead. Just under 5 minutes to go here in this first half. The Falcons working it around. That's Jonathan Henry with it. Gets it on top to Xavier Jackson, back to Henry. Corey Mosley will come out and take it now. And he looked for a three, didn't take it. There's Jackson. James White behind the back, the big man up, fouled. Parsley's going to foul him on a 3-point shot.
I think it's going to be Parsley. Okay. Yeah.
For the Bears.
Yes.
Parsley, that's his first.
Doing a little shake and bake out there about 25 foot from the bucket. I'd say just let him shoot.
That's right.
23, James White.
I think you're right. 4:36 to play here in the half. 24-21, UPIKE. Of course, Simmons with a chance to cut it to a 1-point game here.
White has 5, now 6 points on the afternoon. Not very often, Charlie, we get to call game this time of year. You can look outside and still see daylight.
I know it.
And he makes the second one. He'll get the third one now as he was fouled in the act of shooting a 3-pointer. And if he makes this, and we'll be tied again at 24. And we are. 4:30 left here in the first half. It's tied at 24. UPIKE will have the basketball in the front court. And Falcons trying to double team out of that 2-3 zone now on top. Carlton goes inside of Lehue, and he's fouled. Tried to make a move to the bucket, was held up, kicked it out to Parsley, but they called the foul. And Luke will go to the line for the 1-on-1.
7th team foul, or 8th team foul now on Simmons.
Lehue, first free throws, and perfect on the first one. Brevin Robinson back in the lineup for the Falcons. Lukey Lehue will have one more and rattles around, goes back in.
Yeah, shooter's touch right there.
Yes, it was. 26-24, UPIKE with the 2-point lead. Mosley with it and kicks it out. Now cross court it goes. Xavier Jackson with the 3, and the Falcons retake the lead 27-26 on the 3-point shot. Jazz Parker gives it over to to Parsley. Parker takes it back. Lehue tried to set a screen, try to double team and give it to Perrin over to Carlton. He's knocked one 3-pointer down already, and his pass nearly so. Nice play that time by Perrin, digging it out, gets it into Lehue, and a little jump up and good.
Luke's been working on that for the last couple of months, and he's getting it down. That's an unstoppable shot right there.
Yes, it is. He's got a big body, and he can use that. And nice feed inside. And up and good is Jeremy Stedman. And we see all back and forth now as the Falcons retake the lead. And here's Lehue being fouled as Parsley tried to get in.
Corey Mosley will pick up the foul. That's his first team's 9th.
Lehue just knocked 2 down the last trip down from the free throw line, so he'll get a chance again as Guana comes back in for UPIKE. And Jordan Perry also in. Lehue rattles it in again. First one was nothing but nylon, Charlie. The last two, he's had to rattle them around a little bit.
Charlie Pinson Insurance.
He'll have one more. And this one also is good. So UPIKE retakes the lead by one, 30-29.
Out right now for the day.
Into the front court they're working. There's Corey Mosley with it down in the lane. Michael Howe up and good. 24 instead of 14. And back and forth we go. 31-30. Neither team able to get a stop on the offensive end right now. And here's Carlton. Gives it over to Iguana. And top of the circle, he steps back, knocks it down. It's a two-pointer, not a three-pointer. 32-31 UPIKE. Very entertaining game right now. Each team scoring on the offensive end. Neither team can get a stop here the last 3 or 4 trips down on either end.
You and I might be entertained, but I'm sure that the Bears ain't going to be entertained at halftime.
Well, I'd say you're right, too. And stepping on the baseline was Jackson, turnover, so Bears will have a chance to extend the lead. Chaz Parker with it. 2 minutes left here in the first half. Parker gives it over to Guana. And Guana working on Stedman. Now gives it over to Perry. Down in the corner. Carlton, three, no good. Rebound pulled off by Jeremy Stedman. In the front court we come. That's Xavier Jackson with it. He drives to the left side. Now he pulls up. Looks down inside. And shot up and one. And that was a strong move that time by Michael Howe as Jazz Parker all over him. Had a hold of his arm. It still went in, Charlie.
And looks like Dela Cruz getting set to check back in for the Bears. 1:40 to play here in the half. 33-32 Simmons, and a chance to make it a 2-point lead right here from the free throw line for Michael Howe.
Left-hander. Howe has 8 points on the day. Misses the free throw. He'll stay at a 1-point game, 33-32. Perry in the front court. Lehue at the top of the circle. Now gives it over to Guana. Jordan Perry drives the baseline, and his shot is partially blocked. Controlled by the Falcons. Gets it over to Xavier Jackson. Jackson goes up for a three and grazes the front of the rim, but the rebound comes off to Robinson.
Ooh, nice block. Lehue.
Michael Howe came in, was trying to get the layup, and Luke Lehue said, not now.
Yeah, that was authority too, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. 27 seconds on the shot clock and a steal by Guana. And cross court it goes to Perry. Perry in the lane, a little floater, no good. Lehue with the tip up and good. Luke Lehue.
Getting it done on both ends that time.
Yes, he is. 34-33. UPIKE back by one. Xavier Jackson goes down in the corner. That is Corey Mosley. Back to Jackson. Cross goes over to Howe. And this is Robinson. And he tries to go inside and loses it. Lehue comes up with the steal, gives it over to Dela Cruz.
Looks like Barry's going to play for one here.
Yeah, there's about 2 seconds difference between the shot clock and the game clock, so they can basically take it down to the end of the half. Up by one. 34-33, and Dela Cruz, a long three, no good. Tried to run his own rebound down, and Lehue blocks the shot. Picked up and thrown down by Michael Howe at the horn, and Simmons will go into the half with a 35-34 lead.
Tell you what, Coach Kelly Wells not going to be happy in the locker room, and I don't think any of the players will be when they come out.
We'll see if there's a difference when we come back to the second half. So we'll send it back to the station. We'll be back shortly for some halftime stats and comments. This is WPRG TV Sports.
Welcome back to the East Kentucky Expo Center. 35-34 at the half. Simmons leads UPIKE, Larry, and not a good first half for Pike.
No, didn't shoot the ball very well at all, Charlie. Only 38%, 12 of 31 from the floor, and 3 of 13 from three-point line. Simmons a lot smaller team as far as stature-wise, height, and they was matched UPIKE on the boards in that first half with 18 rebounds each, so neither team turned it over a whole lot either. Simmons only had 7 turnovers, UPIKE only with 4. It was a slow type game. It's not what the Bears like to play. They like to play that up tempo, but if you don't get stops on the defensive end, you don't get that up tempo.
Yeah, UPIKE, I expect them to come out a little bit more energy here to start the second half. I'm sure they were explained how that works at halftime.
I'd say so. One lineup change for UPIKE. Luke Lehue will be starting the second half. And they bring it in. Simmons will start off with it. Here at the top of the circle, that is Stedman with it. He's looking for some help. Puts it on the floor, a couple dribbles. Now gives it back over to Jonathan Henry. Shot clock down to 6. Henry drives down the lane, and Dela Cruz gets a fingertip on that one, partially blocked. Wanda with it on the other end. Go inside to Lehue, and he missed it, gets his own rebound. And are they calling a foul or a jump ball? Foul on his second attempt.
Yeah, it'll be James White will pick up the foul, his second, team's first.
Had good position, left that first one short, but was able to get the rebound.
Using his size, he reached over him, but he didn't make contact.
And misses the first free throw. That's the first miss for the Bears this afternoon. It was 7 of 7 in the first half. Lehue will have one more. This will be his 6th free throw of the game, so he's 5 of 6 from the line now. And the game is tied at 35. Henry in the front court with it, gives it over. That's White down the lane, and off the glass, no good. Rebound put back up, no good. But Stedman on the move. The Bears down the lane. The pass is tipped as they try to get it to Carlton. White with it, gives it over to Henry. Henry moves down the left side, gives it over. 3 in the air, no good. And gets his own rebound, puts it up good. That was Robinson. Bears with it in the front court. Sorry, Charlie.
All right, we'll say Lehue with a nice rebound.
And he rolls to the bucket and puts it up and in. Comes out and act like he was going to set a screen and rolled to the bucket wide open. Luke Lehue having a big game right now, 13 points.
Yes,
where would they be without him right now?
Be in trouble.
They would be. 37-35. UPIKE with the 2-point lead. Here's James White. Gets it over to Robinson. Robinson drives. Runner in the lane up, no good. Guano comes out with it. And up it goes to Carlton. He goes in, puts it up, no good. Might have been a blocking foul, but no call. And rebound comes off to the Falcons. And here's Henry. Gives it into the corner. 3 in the air up. No good by Corey Mosley. Dela Cruz with it. Into the front court. Down the lane. And finger roll rolls it in. Took it all, but he finally got it to roll and fall down.
Bears on a 5-0 run to start this second half.
And going to have a timeout by the Falcons. Let's see what we've got. And it looks like it's going to be a full, so 17:38 left. 39-35, Bears with the lead. This is WPRG TV Sports.
Welcome back to the East Kentucky Expo Center. 39-35, UPIKE has taken the lead back, Larry. 5-0 run to start the second half.
They are with the lead. They came out, like you said, 5-0 run and forced Simmons to take a timeout. And they'll have it as we come back, and that is Stedman with it. looking for some help. And here's a three up and good. Number 4, that will be James Mosley, knocks it down.
I was going to say the second half started with defense for the Bears. They give an open look that time, but they've not let them have anything in the paint.
And here's Carlton with it. Gets it over to Leahy, top of the circle, down on the baseline. Guana, shot no good. Rebound comes off to Corey Mosley. And into the front court it comes. That's James Mosley with it. Both of them's listed as juniors, Mosley. You got, of course, one says Hopkinsville and the other, or both of them from Hopkinsville. It could be brothers.
Could be. That's what I was thinking a while ago.
And maybe twins because they're both listed as juniors.
Right.
Corey Mosley with it right now. Shot clock down to 1 and not going to get it off. Shot clock violation.
So I say this defense in the second half has been much better intensity-wise for the Bears.
Yes, it has been.
Jackson.
So the Bears will have it side out in the backcourt. It comes over to Parsley. Parsley walks it into the front court, gives it over to Carlton, and he's going to be fouled by James Mosley over the back.
Simmons. Mosley, his 3rd personal foul.
He was wanting a hold call. He could hold him.
For the Falcons, number 2.
Well, I'm glad he did hold him. If he didn't, he might have jumped out of the gym. He's up pretty high over his back anyway, right?
Yes.
Here's Dela Cruz with it. 39-38, UPIKE with the 1-point lead. Dela Cruz crossed him over and stepped back, looked at him, stared him down, and then shoots an air ball.
Yep. I think Javian lobbying for a foul call there.
Yeah,
somewhere.
he was. He was working for that one, but it didn't work for him. 16 minutes left in the game. It's a 1-point game, 39-38. Xavier Jackson. Here's a long three off the glass. Bank still open as Corey Mosley puts in a three, and they go up by 2. So they answer that 5-0 run that the Bears had with a 6-0 run themselves out of the timeout. Leahy with it. Parsley, he puts up a three, comes up short. Rebound comes off Corey Mosley.
Bears cold from the field tonight. They're getting good looks, just not knocking them down.
Xavier Jackson with it. He's waving them across the baseline as he gets it down. That's Michael Howe with it, and he's going to be called for the charge. Nice defense that time, Chase Parsley.
Foul number 24 for Simmons.
Sometimes a good defensive stop like that will get you started, Charlie.
Yeah.
Checking in for the Falcons, number 32, Tully.
32 Tolley back in for the Falcons.
Simmons, number 20.
Also looks like Jonathan Henry will come in.
They had some early success getting the ball down to Leahy in the middle here to start the half. May go back to that here.
Yeah, he's their leading scorer right now. Well, Dela Cruz got 14. He had the bucket earlier there. And here, just like you said, Charlie, are you in the playbook?
There you go.
And it's going to be an and one.
Well, you know, he's developed that little half hook shot turn around down there, and like I say, that's almost unstoppable down in the paint.
Well, Marcus Tolley couldn't stop it. He ended up drawing the foul also. So Leahy, chance for a three-point play, comes up short. Rebound comes off to Simmons. We're tied at 41. 15 minutes left here in the ball game. Xavier Jackson. He'll get it over now. That's Michael Howe with it. Long cross court it comes, and we got a whistle.
They've got an illegal screen, yeah.
Foul number 32 for Simmons.
And that's Tolley picking up 2 quick ones.
Team's 5th.
That's his 3rd foul, team's 5th.
Also, you got James Mosley on the floor with 3 fouls. So foul trouble could catch up with him toward the end of this game. We're just under 15 minutes to go. It's tied at 41. Here's Dela Cruz with it. Gets it on top to Carlton. Parsley 3, and no good. Parsley cold from the three-point line tonight. He hasn't knocked one down yet. And here's Tolley on the other end. Kicks it out, and 3, no good. Tolley with the rebound, knocked out of his hands. It'll stay with Simmons.
That was a nice pass. Looked like he's going to get the shot blocked.
Well, it was either pass or get it blocked.
That's exactly right.
Exactly right.
Yeah, because Carlton was up there. He's going to eat that one.
Just like a good quarterback avoiding the sack by getting it to his outlet man. Here's Tolley with it, top of the circle. Comes over to James Mosley. Carlton on him. Step back three in the air and comes up short. Guana comes off with the rebound. Guana still on the move, down the lane, kicks it back out, partially fakes it. Back to Guana. And he looked to go, and that's inside it goes to Guana.
Tolly
blocked out of
block.
bounds. And now, we've heard of people talking about that crossover river breaking your ankles.
You're right.
Henry had to go out of the game because that crossover that Guana put on him, he turned his ankle.
Yep.
Here in the corner, Parsley looked at it, decided not to shoot it. He's been cold from outside. Go inside now. And De La Cruz up and in on the reverse layup.
Remember that song back in the 80s, Smooth Operator? That's him right there, ain't it?
Yes, it is. 43-41, UPIKE with the 2-point lead, and here's a drive to the bucket, flipped up and in, Xavier Jackson. And we're tied again at 43. Just won't go away, these Falcons.
Nope, you're right.
Largest lead by either team has been 4 points, I think. Here's Parsley with it. Reverses down the lane, and he's going to be fouled maybe before the shot. We'll see.
At least once.
Foul number 24 for Simmons.
We're going to give him 2 shots.
That's his third.
I think he might have been fouled twice, Larry.
Well, they got the second one when he shot it.
Yeah.
They get him the first on the floor, and that's the third player now for Simmons with 3 fouls. As that foul was on number 24, Michael Howell.
Chase Parsley struggling, misses the free throw.
And Howell comes out as James White comes back into the ball game. 6 team fouls already for Simmons, and UPIKE has not been whistled for a foul here in the second half.
Yep. And they played up in-your-face defense, too.
Yes. Parsley knocks the second free throw down, so they have the 1-point lead now, 44-43. And here's the 3 up, no good. Battle for the rebound, and Parsley comes out with it down to Carlton up and good as he broke loose from the pack quick as the ball was shot up and ends up getting, the old-timers would call that a snowbird.
Snowbird, that's right.
UPIKE up a 3 now, 46-43. Knocked out of bounds by the Bears.
I tell you, that was some good hustle over there by Xavier Guana.
De La Cruz will get a rest as Jordan Perry comes in, and also Dominic coming in. Here's James White with it, and he kicks it over Xavier Jackson off the glass, no good. Guana with the rebound. Brings it into the front court himself, kicks it down in the corner, Parsley. Guana back with it now, between the legs, Jordan Perry. Jordan testing that hip. You can see that he really wants to turn loose, but he just don't maybe have the confidence in it right now.
Now, he played well last night. He put up, put up 20 points last night. He was able to get up and down the floor, and it looked like the old Jordan Perry we're used to.
And Dominic shot the ball. I thought it was blocked, but evidently they said he just missed the bucket, goes out of bounds. It goes to Simmons. 46-43. Jackson with it, gets it over to James White. He's fired a couple up from there, and there goes another one and misses this one. Guana with another rebound. Up the court, over to Parsley. Parsley drives in. Now they get it into Dominic. Back to Guana. 3, top the circle, no good. And Dominic with the rebound. Or excuse me, the foul.
He'll pick up foul. We got a timeout coming, 46-43. UPIKE leads with 11:52 to play here in the ball game. We'll be right back on the Intermountain Sports Network. Welcome back to the East Kentucky Expo Center, 46-43. UPIKE leading Simmons here. And UPIKE's come out with a little bit more intensity on the defensive end. Larry, still not hitting shots well, but you can make up for that if you play good defense.
You're exactly right. Hustle, you can't coach hustle. I mean, you can come out and hustle. It don't make no difference how you can shoot it, dribble it, or whatever. If you hustle and play good defense, you'll get to play.
Exactly.
Simmons into the front court with it. Here's White with it. Guano on him. He's looking for somebody to come and get the basketball as he gets it over to James Mosley. Corey Mosley now with it. Xavier Jackson, and Mosley breaks the baseline and gets a reverse up and in. Nice cut to the bucket that time by Corey Mosley. Lead at 1. Carlton with it. Parsley gives it over to Guana. On top it comes to Carlton, looking down inside, and trying to get it to Dominic, and Carlton's shot no good, comes up short. Rebound off to Xavier Jackson. Here's James White with it. Over to James Mosley. He drives far away in the lane, up and good. And Simmons goes back up by 1, 47-46.
I'll tell you, Bears just can't get a ball in the basket, especially behind the three-point line.
Jordan Perry with it now. And he drives, kicks it back over to Parsley. Parsley down the lane, kicks it back out to Jordan. Perry backs up now, looking for a screen. And double team, nearly loses the ball, gets it, kicks it over to Guana, down in the baseline drive by Parsley, reverse layup as the shot clock was going off, Charlie.
Nice play by Chase.
And the Bears retake the lead, 48-47. Xavier Jackson, down in the corner it goes. And inside comes to Tolley, and Dominic is going to be called for the reach-in. 2 fouls for the Bears this half, both on Dominic.
Yeah, he's the Tolley, maybe a little bit quicker than him, giving him a hard time out there.
And Dominic and Carlton will get a rest as Luke Lehue and Dela Cruz back into the lineup. James White with it, gets it over to James Mosley. Mosley kicks it back over to Corey Mosley. He goes in and going to call a foul. Dela Cruz, both hands on top of the ball, but I think they're going to get one.
Yeah.
Foul number 15 for UPIKE. Go on it. It's his first. Team third.
I don't know. I don't know what to call that. I mean, maybe it was because he was in the restricted zone.
Maybe. I thought he was a good block. I never did see the ball.
The block was good. They called the foul on Guana on the offside. I didn't see the contact with Guana that much.
Right. So this will be Corey Mosley at the line. First free throw up and good. So that ties it at 48. 9:49 left. Low scoring affair here. Not what you're used to seeing the Bears numbers put on the board, Charlie.
No,
and the second one's good also.
They're averaging in the 90s, I think.
Yes. 49-48. Falcons with the lead, and here's the steal. And going in for the throwdown, number 24, Michael Howe. And they increased the lead to 3. Kelly Wells won a timeout. And it is going to be a full timeout. 9:30 left, 51-48, Simmons. This WPRG TV Sports.
Welcome back to the Expo Center here in downtown Pikeville. 51-48, Simmons with the lead here in the second half. 9:30 to play, Larry.
Yeah, the Bears, Charlie, just no energy. Not meeting the passes. Last dunk there by Michael Howe, he just broke into the passing lane and went in uncontested for the dunk. And here's Lehue, and he puts it up and in.
Luke Lehue's had a good evening. He's got 17 now.
Well, they've got 3 players with 3 fouls. I look for them to try to work it inside on it to him and maybe pick up some more fouls on them, get to the line. They've got 6 team fouls right now, so the next one will be the 1-on-1. We'll roll under 9 minutes left. 51-50, Simmons, and here's the steal. Dela Cruz with it. And he take it to the bucket, and ball knocked loose, no foul called.
Yeah, he wanted one.
Yes, he did. James Mosley with it. Now this is Xavier Jackson.
They'll back it back up.
They're just going to back it out, spread the floor, and look for a drive to the bucket or maybe getting a 3-point shot. And they're going to pick up the foul. I think that was going to go on Jordan Perry.
No, Leahy.
Leahy, oh, okay.
UPIKE. Leahy is first.
His first, team's fourth. Corey Mosley will bring it inbounds for Simmons. He'll get it in to Xavier Jackson. Stedman goes down into the corner. Now Corey Mosley with it. James Mosley steps out with it. He's cut off, reached in by Perry, and he's on the floor. That's what you want
nice
to see.
Job.
Parsley goes in, puts it up, and one. And UPIKE retakes the lead, 52-51. And that's the energy that you want to see, and that's what we're used to seeing from Jordan Perry.
Yeah, he can be a difference maker once he gets back into basketball shape. He spent like 8 months, Larry, he didn't do anything.
Right.
He's only been practicing about 5 weeks now, so he's trying to get himself back into shape.
And Parsley at the free throw line rolls it in, so that gives the Bears a 2-point lead, 53-51. And they done it with good defense. Had a couple steals, and here's an unforced turnover as Xavier Jackson tried to get it over to Stedman, at 24, Michael Howe, and just throws it out of bounds.
Bears chance to add to that lead this trip now.
Parsley has it over De La Cruz, now top of the circle, goes inside Leahy and laid him under the bucket, but as he tried to go up, I think that one might be on 10.
Yeah.
Glenn Queen.
His second personal foul, team's at 8.
His second, team's 8th. It will be 2 shots, though, for Luke Leahy.
2 shots.
Leahy putting in the work tonight.
That's 18 points for him. He is their leading scorer. He'll have one more as they extend the lead out now by 3. And this one stays in, and it's 4, matches their largest lead of the game.
It's nice to have a big man that can get the ball down inside and score and hit free throws.
And hit free throws, exactly right. 55-51. Queen with it. Drives down the left side, pulls up, comes up with an air ball, and Leahy comes up with the rebound.
Leahy looks like he'll be working on a double-double here, too.
Parsley with it, drives to the baseline, is cut off, gets it back out to Guana. And De La Cruz, top of the circle, no good. Rebound comes off, that is Howell with it, and he goes in and blocked by De La Cruz, but, that was Mosley that was blocked, and Howell follows it in. 55-53. De La Cruz with it, puts it on the floor, and it's going to be called for the push-off. He's been frustrated all game for some reason, seemed to be.
De La Cruz, his second personal
That's going to be his second, and Jazz Parker and Carlton back in the lineup for the Bears.
6:57 to play, 55-53. Pikeville on top.
Falcons will bring it the length of the floor. This is Glenn Queen with it. Parker on him. Goes down the sideline. That's Michael Howell with it. Over to Queen. 3 in the air. No good. Luke Leahy goes up and claims the rebound. Carlton with it. That was an open shot, just not able to knock it down. And here's Carlton. Drives, cut off. Free throw line jumper for Guana County.
57-53. UPIKE now by 4. 6:20 to play.
Been able to maintain that 4-point lead right now, and we've got a timeout. Simmons. And let's see. It is going to be a full, so we'll take one too. 6:17 left. 4-point lead, Bears. It's WPRG TV Sports.
Back here in downtown Pike, we'll let the Expo Center, 57-53. The Bears on top by 4 with 6:17 to play over Simmons out of Louisville.
That's their largest lead of the game, and Simmons' the largest lead of the game has been 4, Charlie. So it's been a very close game throughout. Had 15 lead changes in the first half, and you could probably add another 5 or 6 to that here in the second half.
Yes.
Queen with it. He'll get it over to Michael Howe. Guano on Howe, and Howe takes it down the lane and puts it up and in. Strong move by Michael Howe as he goes between Guano and Lehue and puts it in. Lead back to 2. Here's Parker, gets it over to Charlton. And back in the corner it goes to Parker. Guano with it. Jordan Perry, and he's being double teamed, looking to get rid of it. Here's Lehue over to Carlton, drives the baseline, and his pass is deflected. Simmons comes up with it. This is Corey Mosley with Corey Mosley with it. Glenn Queen now has it as they'll get their offense set up. Michael Howe, he's been their go-to guy, and here's a long 3 put up, no good. Battle for the rebound, and that was Howe coming up with the rebound. His shot's no good. Perry with it, and he's fouled.
So Jordan Perry, let's see, will go to the free throw line and maybe shooting. Let's see, he's shooting 1-and-1, looks like.
And that's going to be 4 on Michael Howe, and that could be a plus. He's going to the bench, but if they could get him out of the game, that could be a plus because he's been causing a lot of havoc out there right now. He leads the game with 16 points. And we have a media timeout. 5:09 left. 2-point lead Bears. This is WPRG TV Sports.
Welcome back to the Expo here. The Bears lead it 57-55, 5:09 to play, and Simmons just won't go away.
Will not go away. Jordan Perry will be at the line. This will be the 1-and-1, but it will be the only 1-and-1 they shoot this half because that's 9 team fouls. Everything else will be the double bonus. Bears still have 1 foul to give before putting the Falcons at the line.
That's Jordan Perry's first points of the ball game tonight.
Knocks the first one down, extends the lead back to 3, 58-55. And the second one also good, 59-55.
Layoff didn't hurt his free throw shooting.
No. He's got that touch. It's built in. Here's Jackson with it. Gives it over to James White. White goes to Corey Mosley. Mosley gets it back out to Jackson. Partially on him. Jackson comes around the top of the circle. Now you got a switch. Guana on Jackson. He goes up over him. No good, but Tolley comes off the rebound. Gives it back out to James White. Mosley drives and stolen.
Good hands by Guana.
Partially with it. Spin move. Between the legs. Down the lane. Loses it. And going to be a foul. A little bit out of control. Got bailed out that time, Charlie.
He did because, and it's probably good for him because I'm sure he wasn't going to like what was going to happen next.
Well, understand what you're saying. There was 4 maroon jerseys down in there and 1 gray jersey. So it might not have been they might have not been nice to him.
And
even though it's a giving season, they was going to give him something.
I know Coach Wells is a nice guy, but I'm not sure he was going to be happy about that either.
Right. And this will be 2 shots as it's a double bonus. That's 10 team fouls. And that's the 4th foul on James Mosley, Charlie. So they have 2 players now with 4 fouls, and then they have Tolley with 3. And partially makes them both down. Free throw line being kind to the Bears right now as they extend their lead to 6, their largest of the game.
They haven't shot the ball well from anywhere but the free throw line tonight.
Right. Here's Jackson driving down the side and gets it over. That is Corey Mosley with it. James White. And back to Mosley. And Perry knocks it loose from behind and picked up by Lehue. Gives it over to Parsley. Defense is stepping up big right when they need to, Charlie.
Now, Jordan Perry with some quick hands.
Here's Lehue. Gives it over to Guana. Guana and a little give and go as Lehue rolls to the bucket wide open and puts it up and in.
I'm going to say Kelly Wells drew that one up.
A little bit of breathing room now for the Bears, 63-55, but still a lot of time left, 3:30. Here's White with it. He's got Parsley on, drives it to the bucket, off the glass, up and good, mismatch. Got the switch out on top, and that's definitely a mismatch in their favor. Partially with it into the front court. Down the right side, drives the baseline, stops, loses it, gathers it back up, try to get it into Lehue, knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with the Bears.
Checking in for the Falcons, number 24.
Just not in sync tonight, Larry.
Well, you know, the Falcons is playing some good defense, got quick hands.
Yeah.
So a lot of the passing lanes that they might used to be able to use or seeing is not there tonight. And Jackson is called for the foul on the second time.
Good point. Yeah.
That's his third.
You know, it's not like bump and run coverage in the NFL, is it?
No. That's what it looked like.
Yeah.
He was riding him out of bounds.
Yep.
Seen that official throw his hat.
Yep.
So Jordan Perry will have 2. Made his only 2.
For his only 2 points of the game.
For only 2 points of the game. You're right. And he rolls that one in. 64-57. Bears by 7. Perry can match their largest lead with a make here, and he does. And we've got a timeout.
Timeout on the floor.
Full timeout. 3:03 left. It's 65-57 Bears. This is WPRG TV Sports.
Welcome back to the Expo Center. 65-57. Bears getting a little bit of breathing room now with 3:03 left in the ballgame. Larry, it looks like they might be able to hang on here, but you can't count Simmons out yet.
You're right. They've shot it pretty well from the three-point line. They've got several players that can hit it from out there. So as long as you've got some three-point shooters, you're never out of the game. And they work it down. Here's Michael Howe with it. He drives the lane, and he's going to be fouled.
May have walked before he got fouled.
Might
but,
have.
Foul number 33 for UPIKE.
And Lehue,
That's his second personal
his
foul.
second.
Team 6.
Howell will be at the line to shoot 2. He has got 16 points today.
24.
Their leading scorer, and has had a big second half. And free throws good. Had 10 at the half, and now he's got 7 here in the second half. But being on the bench quite a while here in the second half, picked up that 4th foul and not been able to stay on the floor. And this one bounces around and stays in.
Checking in for the Falcons.
And he'll go out now, a little offense-defense
Yeah.
substitution, trying to keep him in the game right now. He's their leading scorer. And now we're going to see some full-court pressure.
Bears was a good ball handler.
Yes, Carlton gets it in the front court. Guana, Perry. And what helps the Bears is even their bigger players can handle the ball. Here's Lehue down low with a little hook shot, no good. He tips it and knocks it out of bounds.
That's a good call. I wasn't sure if they were going to catch it or not, but Luke, yeah, he did. He tipped it out.
Well, he went to the little jump hook, and they actually forced him out a little further from the bucket than he likes to shoot that, to come up a little short with it. And conspicuous absence on the floor right now, Charlie, is De La Cruz. Had that one shot, thought he got fouled and didn't like it, and Coach Kelly's taking him out, and he's not been back in since.
You know,
Lehue, another rebound.
Yeah.
Bears with it in the front court.
everybody has to learn how it is.
Yes. Here's Lehue with the free throw line, gives it over to Carlton. He takes it back from Perry, gives it over to Lehue to the bucket, and throws it away. That might have been one he should have went up and shot. And here's a little runner down the lane, no good. Rebound, Howell put it back up and in.
Well, he affected the first shot.
And it's back to 4, 65-61.
Minute and a half to go here.
Parsley with it. Gives it over to Perry. And Perry goes back over to the right side to Parsley. Guana comes out, sets a screen, kicks it back over to him. 3 in the air, and it's no good. Perry battling for the rebound, can't get it. Howell, and He tried to cross over, had a carry, look like, and brought it over top of Parsley's head and loses it out of bounds.
Parsley was pretty sure it was, I think.
Yeah. Right. It went over top of his head on that one. That had to be a high dribble, right?
Yeah.
So turnover helps the Bears if they get it back, leading by 4.
1 minute.
And there's 1 minute left. They can take it down to about 35 seconds on the game clock before they have to take a shot. And they're going to work some time now. The shot clock down to 12. Gets it over to Perry. Now he can create and try to drive the bucket, and he's fouled. Going to be a block on, I think that's James White, isn't it? Nope. It's going to be Howell, and that's going to be it for him.
He didn't want to get up and see that number.
Right.
For Simmons, Howell, that is his 5th personal foul.
So their leading scorers leaving the game with 20 points. Consistent score. He had 10 the first half, 10 the second half.
Jeremy Stedman.
And Stedman will come back into the lineup for Simmons.
We're going to see Jordan Perry at the free throw line. Chance to add to his 4 points, all 4 of which have come from the free throw line.
And they've been huge because right when the Bears was trying to retake the lead was down, he started driving to the bucket and getting some foul shots. He makes the first one. And misses second. Parsley gets a big rebound, and he's going to bring it back out. They don't need to. And done the right thing, and James White runs him down, fouls him from behind. 41 seconds, all that's left. It's a 5-point game, so if Parsley can knock both of these down, Charlie, it puts it a 3-possession game. Makes it a little tougher hill to climb for Simmons. And misses it. 2 straight misses by the Bears from the free throw line right when they need them the most. 66-61 and make it 67-61. No.
And lane violation.
We're a lane violation, Carlton, so wave it off.
Timeout.
Yep. Go ahead.
Timeout called by Simmons, and let's see. I guess it's a full timeout. We'll take a break. Be right back on the PRG TV Sports. Welcome back to the East Kentucky Expo Center, 66-61. The Bears over the, what are the Simmons?
Falcons.
Falcons, there we go. And Bears lead by 5 with 41 seconds left. But a lane violation on the free throw line. Didn't take advantage of the last 3 free throws.
Yes, kept it at a 2-possession game. 5 points, and White brings it in. James Mosley with it. Now they'll give it back to Xavier Jackson. 35 seconds, all that's left. So they go quick. Look like James White with it, looking for some help. Gives it over to Stedman. And here's James Mosley with it. He drives, step back, 3, and no good. Luke Leahy with the big rebound. And don't look like Simmons is going to foul him. Now they come to foul. They let about 4 or 5 seconds run off before they fouled him. And Parsley can step to the line and seal this one, Charlie, if he can knock 2 free throws down.
This will put it away for the Bears on 12.9. This is an unexpected close ball game.
Yes, it's been a hard-fought battle for the Bears here today.
2 shots.
They might have looked at the record coming in.
Maybe.
And again, Parsley misses. Poor free throw shooting here down the stretch. It's been good up to about 4 minutes ago in a game or 3, and it's failed them a little bit. Knocks that one down, so it's going to be 2 3-point buckets, and they got to call a timeout. We'll just stay right here with it.
Oh. Well,
We'll just stay here with it, and Simmons with 2 timeouts left, and the Bears will have 4, but there's only 9.4 seconds left here in the game, and UPIKE holding a 6-point lead right now, 67-61. Simmons coming in today's game with only one win on the season, 1-10. The Bears at 12-2, but sometimes you look at that record and think you might have an easy one, and it's been anything but here tonight for the Bears. See what Coach Jerry Eves can draw up for Simmons. They'll have to take a quick three, try to get a steal. If they don't get a steal, they'll have to foul and hope the Bears misses from the free throw line. So it's a steep mountain to climb, but not impossible. They will have the basketball side out in the front court. On the bench side, James White is going to bring it inbounds for Simmons. And he gets it over to Stedman. And Guano on Stedman's. And here to drive down the lane. Shot up, no good. Guano with the rebound. That's going to do it. As time runs out, it's 67-61. UPIKE over Simmons. And we'll send it back to the station. Be back shortly for some final stats and comments. And for Charlie, we'll have Coach Kelly Wells. This is UPIKE basketball on WPRG TV's 5 Sports.
Back here with Coach Kelly Wells. And Kelly, close win here against the Simmons, pretty good Simmons team.
Yeah, hats off to them. They were the only one interested in playing today, and they were good. Really had a hard time getting anything going today, and that's a mirror test problem. The guys had 2 feet out the door ready for Christmas, and just was an embarrassing moment for our program. Just we've built a lot of credibility here, and we've built our brand, and tonight's effort did not reflect the brand that we've built here.
Like you played a little bit better defense in the second half, though, and at points.
Yeah, just our mental approach to the game was terrible. Hope's not a strategy in basketball. Like, you got to come at it with a game plan, you got to execute it, and you got to, you got to do the things the coaches ask you to do. And sometimes it's disappointing when the guys choose to be a disconnect and kind of do their things. We love them through it, but certainly an effort that did not represent our program.
I thought Luke Leahy played pretty well, though.
Luke did. He gave an honest effort. Worked hard. We had to feed him a lot more tonight than we normally do. And you notice we shortened our bench, and some guys just aren't figuring it out very well. So they get a good chance to go home and let their mommies and daddies tell them how good they are, and maybe they'll come back with a little better dedication to what we're trying to do. Because we went from playing a great 30 minutes last night to playing about as bad as we could play today. But hats off to Simmons. They forced us to play bad. Held us to 67 points. Nobody's done that all season. So hats off to them. And Jerry does a great job with his program. And certainly we're thankful they came down here and gave us a good game.
Well, an ugly win is still a win, though, Coach.
It is a win.
Well, hey, let's go on something good. Let's wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Bah humbug. Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night.
Okay. Coach Kelly Wells, is Charlie Pinson. We're going to send it back up to Larry.
Thank you, Charlie, and we'll take a short break, send it back to the station, be back with some final stats and comments. This is WPRG TV Sports.